What's up, everyone? It's Jillian Hammers Red Jewel. Today I am going to be doing my recent reads for the month of May. I know I've been gone, but before I jump into that, let's jump into a couple of things and the reason why I was gone. Well, number one is I was lazy, and number two is my son broke his arm at school, so I've had to take care of him. This was about a week ago, and I know it's been a lot longer than that since I've posted. I probably missed like 3 weeks or something like that, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to get back on it. I just had a lot, like I said, my son broke his arm, and I've just been plain out lazy because the 3 kids wear me out. And by the time I get ready to actually do my videos, and like I already had a couple of them done and pre-recorded, I just had to edit them, but by the time I get into bed to edit them, I'm just too plain out tired, and there's like no time in the day. I've just been trying to pre-record as much as I can and then edit and then put them up on a set schedule. That way they're going to start coming week by week. If not, I'm going to try and post 2 videos in a week. Another thing is that my mom now has my computer as of yesterday, the May 29th, because it was her birthday and her computer crashed, and all of my video editing stuff is on that computer, so I'm going to have to go downstairs and use the other computer and see if I can do all my video editing there. But she's also going to use my computer for a week so my brother can finish his school because he's homeschooled. But anyway, that's all of the news I have. So yeah, let's just jump right into my recent read. Okay, the first book here I've already read, and it's amazing, and I love it, and I've loved it from the first time I read it to the second time I've read it. And it is A Court of Thorn and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. And if anyone has ever read any of Sarah J. Maas's books, you know that she is the bomb when it comes to retellings. I've also just started reading a bunch of her, Throne of Glass series, and I'm loving that series. I'm currently on Heir of Fire, and I'm on the second one of Court of Thorn and Roses. I'm trying to get to ACOWAR, and for those of you who don't know, it's A Court of Wings and Ruin. And I haven't been spoiled for that book yet, but I truly don't want to know what happens. I just want to be able to read it and read for myself what happens first, so please don't leave any spoilers down below. But yeah, this book is truly amazing. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. For those of you who don't know, I'm pretty sure everyone knows now about this book. It's just that amazing. The next book I have here is Alex Approximately by Jenn Bennett. This book was super good. On Goodreads, I think I did give it a 4 stars, but it was supposed to be like a 4.5. I liked it a lot. This book is about a girl named Bailey and a guy named Porter. I went into it completely blind. I thought it was very sweet, very cute. And everyone's been saying it reminds them of the movie with the emails and stuff like that. I can't remember the name of it right now. Oh, You've Got Mail. It reminds them of You've Got Mail, and I've never seen that movie, but I think I understand it a little more from this, especially since they talk on social media and stuff like that, or their form of social media. But it was like super quick, super sweet. I'll have a book review about this. The next book I have here, which was a complete cover by, and because of the name, but it's Freya, not Feyre. I've been saying Feyre because of A Court of Thorn and Roses, and it wasn't a good idea to read this at the same time as that. So, but it's Freya by Matthew Lawrence, and this book is surprisingly really good. It's about Freya, also known as Sarah. She's the goddess of war, love, beauty, passion, and I can't remember the other one. But in this book, she's got a lot of things under her belt that she's the goddess of. And it was just really well done. It follows her, Nathan. It follows her and this guy named Nathan. They are getting tracked down by this guy named Garen. Lo and behold, he pretty much abducts goddesses and gods to his corporation, and he pretty much makes them work for him, or work for his boss. And if they don't, they get put into a cell, or they just die. Without believers, they die. And apparently that's one of the things that they have threatened her with. But yeah, it was super good. I loved this book a lot. It was really hard to pick up in the beginning. But after I got about maybe 100 pages in, it was super good. It was a little slow, but super good, and I loved it. I think there was a couple of parts in here that I'm not going to get into, but there's a couple of parts in here that I'm just like, oh, okay, I could have done without. And it could have been a little faster pace. But other than that, it was really good. And I think I gave it maybe a four stars. I don't know. I have to check again. But I don't know. But it was really, really good. I highly suggest you check this one out. The next book I have here is a book I have been reading since 8th grade. I stopped because at the time that's when the books ended, and now they've just gone through a whole variety of different books and different spin-offs of the book and different years back and years forward and stuff like that. So it's really got a whole band of books behind it, kind of like Cassandra Clare back here. But anyway, this book is The Ranger's Apprentice, The Ruins of Gorlan, James Flanagan. This book was super, super good. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I know I loved it when I read it in 8th grade, but I didn't understand some of the humor back then. And now that I'm older, I understand a lot more, and it was just better the second time around. I do have 1 through 4. When I went back to go pick up 5 through 9, they didn't have them there. And they had like the whole area, my mom and I went, and they had the whole area like lined up to like book 13 from 1. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just pick up the first 4. And then I went back and then they're all gone. So I was like, no one could have bought all of them in one day. Because it was literally one day and we went back and they were gone. And we looked everywhere. We thought they moved them. We thought that they had moved them and they just weren't anywhere. So I have 1 through 4 and I'm going to go back and get 5 through 9. But yeah, these books are super, super good. If you haven't read any of these, please pick them up. I think they are children grade novels, but they're like the chapter books, and it's really not that long, and it's really not that hard to read. I flew through this in a day. It was super, super good, and I loved this book so much. The next book I have here, everyone has probably already read and has reread like 4 times, but I just got done reading it, and it is amazing, and it's Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas, and this book is the second book to the Throne of Glass series. This book was amazing. It had the feels, it had everything I wanted in it and more. It was just really, really awesome. Although the one thing I don't like about Sarah J. Maas's book, and it's probably just me, but how like the chapters are, like they're just really short sometimes, and then they're not. I don't know. And then there's so many of them. So like when you tell someone you're on chapter like, what is it, 32, and you're like this halfway into it, it's people are like, what? How is that? See, this is what I'm talking about. 32, 1 page. But it does serve its purpose, and like the suspensefulness of the book does do the book justice when she does do those kind of chapters. But yeah, this book was just super, super good. And the last book I actually have here is a brand new book, and I read the first one back in, I think, about April, and it is the sequel to Truth Witch, which is Wind Witch by Susan Dennard. This book had so many feels in it. I cried in the beginning, I cried in the middle, and I cried at the end, because nothing happened that I wanted to happen. And when I say cry, I mean like first time in the beginning of the book, I literally cried. Second and third, I like mentally cried. And I'm not going to spoil too much about it because I know my mom hasn't read it, and I know she watches my videos, and I know my aunt hasn't read either one of these books. This book was super, super good. Again, it follows the same people, Merrick, Safi, Adwin, and Isolde. And then it adds another character in here, Vivia, which I ended up liking in the end. She was not my favorite person, and I did not like reading about her in the beginning, but after everything that's happened, and the way it ended, I wanted to read more about her. I am also currently reading Stealing Snow by Danielle Page. My mom chose this for me. It was kind of like one of those Goodreads challenges where someone else picks a book for you off your bookshelf. Well, she had like 5 of my bookshelves to pick from, and she chose this one, which I'm super happy for, but every time I try to pick it up, it's like not grabbing my attention, because there's obviously other books that I want to read first. I do like this book a lot. From what I've read, and I'm almost done with it actually. I'm on chapter 22, and I believe there's like 46. So I'm almost done with it. And then I picked off a book out of the 5 that I wanted to start reading for the month of June. I picked 5 books out of my whole bookshelf, including the new ones that I've got. And I picked Court of Mist and Fury, Raven Boys, because I read that one already, but I don't remember what happens because I wasn't in the right state of mind to remember what happened. And I don't remember liking it, but I want to give it another try because my mom loved it. I'm also reading Heir of Fire and, like I said, Stealing Snow. And then I picked up this one, You Don't Know My Name, by Kristen Orlando. And I'm only on page, I think, 20, but it's super good so far. Like, I like what I'm reading. It's about a girl spy, and that's pretty much all I know about it, besides what I've read so far, and I don't want to give any spoilers. So, but it's super good, and I am thrilled with this book so far. Alright, those are my recent reads for May, and then 2 I'm finishing up, or trying to finish up. So hopefully they'll all be done by the end of May on the 31st. So I know the 3 of them I've mentioned, the Court of Mist and Fury, and Raven Boys and Heir of Fire I won't get to because I'm too occupied with Stealing Snow, and that's taking all of my attention. And You Don't Know My Name is also taking my attention and my kids. So I'm not even going to include those in my recent reads because, well, why would I? I haven't even started them. Even though I have read A Court of Mist and Fury again, like I said, I want a refresher before I read ACOWAR. That is my recent reads video. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys like it and enjoyed it. Please comment, like, and subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye!